Let us have a brief history of who is Michael Yang. As mentioned, he was involved in a very controversial corruption case, allegedly, with regard to the Pharmaly. And Michael Yang used to be the economic advisor of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And kung makikita natin, ngayon, nasasabit na naman yung pangalan niya dito sa isang drugs case, no? So, parang lahat illegal, ano?
Okay, Kenneth, go ahead with your inquiry.
Ayun po, patungkol naman to sa naging human rights super body ni President Marcos. So how will the House act on the President's creation of the human rights super body nga? Will the House act on measures seeking to strengthen the Commission on Human Rights and enact a bill seeking to guarantee the protection of human rights defenders in the country po?
Mauna na siguro. Yung paggawa po ng super body na yun, hindi po siya bago. Ginagawa po siya ng local government, ginagawa po siya ng mga international governments. Lahat po yan accompanied by policy, accompanied by yung mga nararapat na IRR. So, kung bubuin po nila, kung may mga kakailanganin po silang, syempre, may mga kakailanganin na legislation, may mga kakailanganin na idadagdag sa proseso, then, we will have to see on the side of the House, kasi mare-refer naman po yan sa mga angkop na committees, then, we will move on from there. But we join the President on this action kasi nga po, it's not just human rights, pero pag titignan niyo po yan yung bigger scale, yung alignments po natin, yung kung anong ginagawa ng Presidente, of course, with the West Philippine Sea, yung mga ginagawa po nilang polisiya is very much aligned with other countries. So, it's the same thing. Maraming salamat.
That would be a possibility, though. And again, we welcome this is a positive development. And wala naman po akong nakikita parang merong duplication with the independent body, which is the Commission on Human Rights. We have to remember that the Philippines as a country has also an obligation in the international community. And as a matter of fact, we are party to various treaties wherein we uphold the human rights as part of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Isa po sa mga treaty na kung saan parte po ang ating bansa. And having said that, nakikita ho natin that this will be a coordinating procedure. And when we speak of coordination, at bago naman po tayo mag-implement ng mga hakbangin, it starts with coordination. So, this body will serve as a bridge, no? They can complement the functions of the CHR, and so that we can come up with the best solutions on how we can protect and solve human rights violations in our country.
Thank you, Kenneth. Marian Enriquez from Channel 5, you're recognized.
Good morning po mga Kong. Nabanggit na naman po ulit si Michael Yang na as we recall before, balikan lang natin, noong 2022 he was like the guarantor ng Pharmaly, pero he was not among those na ni-recommend to be na-file ng kaso ng DOJ ng syndicated staff. Pero ngayon, I understand yung committee po ni Kong Ace Barbers will be inviting him, si Michael Yang, sa kanyang susunod na hearing po sa dangerous drugs. Isa rin po si Michael Yang na kilalang malapit po na malapit na kakilala ni former President Rodrigo Duterte. So, my question na lang po mainly for Kong Jill and Kong Ortega as members po ng Dangerous Drugs, or your thoughts on that, and maybe questions na rin na, yung first din na in-invite before was I think si Pastor Kibuloy, and now ngayon panibagong kaibigan or malapit ni Digong. Ano pong masabi niyo?
Let us have a brief history of who is Michael Yang. As mentioned, he was involved in a very controversial corruption case, allegedly, with regard to the Pharmaly. And Michael Yang used to be the economic advisor of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And kung makikita natin ngayon, nasasabit na naman yung pangalan niya dito sa isang drugs case, no? So, parang lahat illegal, ano? So, wala hong magandang nai-attribute, no, sa pangalan ni Michael Yang. So, I guess when we speak of serious cases like drugs, I guess the administration, the government should really look into about this controversy, lalong-lalo na nadadawit na naman ang pangalan niya. And we can have a parallel investigation also here in the House of Representatives. At syempre, parang ipapatawag nga daw, no, itong si Michael Yang upang alamin kung ano talagang actual involvement niya dito sa drug syndicate dito sa ating bansa. So, this guy, no, ang nakikita natin na talagang marami ang kailangang sagutin, no, dahil nai-involve ang kanya pong pangalan sa iba-ibang issues, no, even during the previous administration, meron na po siyang mga kinakaharap na kaso. So I guess the government should really take this seriously, lalong-lalo na pag sa usapin ng droga, talagang kailangan po managot ang mga kriminal at na gumagawa po ng illegal dito sa ating bansa.
And to add lang, if I may speak for our chairman, syempre, yung chairman po natin is more than capable to handle yung mga hearings na ganito. Talagang part of his reputation yung laban sa ganyan. And we can assure, of course, the public that credible resource persons and credible witnesses ang may imbitahan dito para mapakita po natin na seryoso po tayo in engaging yung mga ganitong conspiracies or characters para po ma-assure yung public na sa war on drugs na ginagawa ng administrasyon ni President Bongbong Marcos, talagang ang number one po na kumbaga ang key na ginagamit is real information. Kailangan po talaga kasi yung information. It's a very intricate web and it's a very complicated web of information po yung laban sa drugs. So hindi lang po siya nadadaan sa bara-bara. Kailangan po talaga pati makakaakibat na investigasyon saka information talagang dumadaan po sa tamang proseso. Yun lang po.
Thank you, Marian. Kat Porbes from Radyo Pilipinas.
Good morning po, Kongs. Nabanggit po ni Kong Paulo Ortega kanina na yung investigation ng drugs hindi po bara-bara. Kailangan totoo or tama yung information na ginagamit sa investigation. And just last week po, mismo si Pangulong Marcos Jr. na po yung nagsabi na walang saysay po yung mga binabanggit nga po nitong dismissed PDEA agent na si Jonathan Morales. Ang kanya nga pong sinabi, para nga po itong jukebox na basta mahulog ka ng pera, kahit anong kantang gusto mo, kakantahin niya. And marami na rin po na mga senators ngayon na nagsasalita at kini-question na din po yung credibility at yung patuloy po na pagpapaharap pa dito kay Morales. Pero ngayon po, ongoing po yung third hearing pa rin ng committee po ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ano po ba yung nagiging reflection po nito doon sa leadership po ng Senate na hindi po ba sapat na yung naging pahayag ng Pangulo na walang saysay para itigil na rin po nila yung hearing?
Yung jukebox, yung ano ba yon? Yung sa mga, hindi ko na inabutan yung boss. Ano ba yun? Hindi, joke lang. Hindi, baka kasi may jukebox pa si chairman. Young guns pa. Young looking. Quick reaction lang siguro. No? The information is there. Like, the Senate is conducting a hearing on this. So they have information. Nasagot ko naman po to nung huling press con. Pero yun nga, with the way things are going, is the information true? May katotohanan po ba sa mga lumalabas na impormasyon? Kasi yun po ang kailangan sundin eh. And sa tingin ko, nag-react po ng ganun yung mga ibang senador. And actually, the leadership has made a statement about this. Pero siguro hanggang kailan po nila ipupush to? Hanggang kailan po nila i-extend? Sayang po yung time and resources kung parang majority po sa kanila ang tingin dito walang validity o walang katotohanan na yung pinagsasabi nung resource person nila. So the real question is, there is information Pero yung meat nung discussion is not centered on what should be. Sabi nga nila, kung sino yung saan ang cause ng leak. So, the information is there, pero may katotohanan po ba? Totoo po ba? Which is, tingin natin, wala pong katotohanan.
Well, of course, what is at stake here is the integrity of the institution. Kung dalas tayong makakakita, makakarinig ng ganitong klaseng investigation, no, in aid of legislation, wala naman pong nakukuha, no, na sapat na ebidensya, impormasyon out of these 3 hearings conducted by the Senate, particularly the Committee on Dangerous Drugs. So, I guess the Senate leadership has to intervene, no? Because even members of the Senate have already commented and reacted the way the proceeding is being conducted. Sinasabi naman po nila na wala naman pong saysay yung mga testimonya nitong dismissed PDEA agent, and therefore, what we have right now is a fabricated evidence being presented before a committee hearing. Sabi nga doon ni Pangulong Marcos, is a professional liar. Ako naman, sinasabi ko sa kanya, is a pathological liar. No, he keeps on lying. So with this kind of witness being presented before an investigation, what is at stake here again is the quality of investigation. Let us remember, we are doing this in aid of legislation. So, dapat meron pong malinaw na direksyon. So, with this kind of testimonies, there's no even corroborative evidence, there's no being documentary evidence being presented. Ito lang, very patent. Yung mismong identity lang ng agent na nagbigay sa kanya ng impormasyon, hindi niya maalala kung ito ba ay babae or lalaki. So, with this kind of investigation, we're just wasting our time, effort, instead of focusing our investigation on more important issues being faced by our country. So, I guess this investigation should be stopped and should be halted. And to avoid any negative results that came from out of this investigation.
Thank you po. Other topic lang po. Recently po yung DSWD, they announced po na ipupush na po nila yung pagsisimula po ng food stamp program o yung walang gutom program by July. Ano po kaya ang maitutulong po ng reaction niyo po dito at ano po yung maitutulong po ng Kongreso para ma-assure lang po na magtatagumpay po itong programa na to?
Again, makaka-complement po 'yun pag natuloy po yung amendments natin sa RTL kasi nga po papababa yung presyo, tapos magkakaroon pa tayo ng food stamp programs. Of course, we are targeting po yung mga may certain sector, may certain income natin na target po 'yan. Again, this is nothing new. Like other countries are doing this, European countries. Sa US po, yung mga may sa US stubs kasi ginagamit nila like food stubs, ganun po ginagamit ng mga independents, mga local states saka national government nila. So we would like to, of course, welcome po natin to. Pero again, hindi nga po ito long-term solution talaga. Pero sa bansa po natin, alam po natin na marami pong nangangailangan, saka mas marami pa pong mga kailangan. So, yung pag-implement po noon, aabangan din po namin kasi hindi pa naman po naibababa sa amin yung proper na guidelines on how we will implement it. But this is a welcome program po. Kagaya po ng mga iba-ibang program ng DSWD in, of course, alleviating poverty and of course, zero hunger. Yun po ang target po natin lahat. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kat. Billy Vegas from Abante Politico.
Follow up lang po dun sa tanong ni Kat tungkol sa drugs. Wala po ba kayong may re-recommend na ipatawag na lang nila para magkaroon ng direction yung investigation ng Senate? Or kahit dito sa gagawin ding investigation ng House?
Well, kung pinag-uusapan lang naman natin yung droga, para kasi nakikita natin one-sided yung investigation. And wala naman po tayong nakukuhang credible testimony or information being said by this dismissed PDEA agent. Kung pag-uusapan lang naman natin yung droga, bakit di na tayo patawagin si Las Cañas o si Asierto? No, I can recommend them to be part of this investigation, and we'll see. Kasi itong mga taong to, alam naman natin na naging bahagi na to ng investigation noon pa. At sila po ay may mga dokumentong pinipresenta. May co-plan, may legitimate operations, and therefore, for the purposes of having a fair discussion about drug-related cases, let's call these guys, Asierto and Las Cañas, and we'll see kung sino po talaga ang nagsasabi ng totoo and kung ano talaga ang totoong o kaya ang realidad patungkol sa war on drugs dito po sa ating bansa. And let these guys tell the whole world na kung anong kinalaman nila or ano ang nalalaman nila patungkol sa droga at mga naging biktima, most especially during the previous administration.